Well, so much for my promise of more regular uploads. In my own defense, not a lot has been happening over the last few weeks. Well, a lot has happened, but not a lot that I could have filmed. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rika's Ponies. This video is going to be quite a bit shorter than usual, and I'm gonna add in a couple of life updates rather than just focus 100% on the ranch. We started bringing in furniture and really beginning the move, which we luckily ended up getting a lot of help for. The date to truly move out of the house that I was staying at is approaching way faster than we had hoped for. I mean, our progress was just a lot slower than expected. So now, with the move starting, we really don't have any more time to waste. I started out focusing on my room. I built up a little closet thingy, which took embarrassingly long. In my defense, the instructions were really confusing, okay? Then I painted another clothes hanging thingy-majingy, which only took 2 quick coats. There was so much painting involved in this house though. One of the biggest issues that I've noticed is that things get filthy super fast. There's so many bugs and frogs and dirt outside, and it all ends up getting dragged into the house. I'm gonna have to clean my room basically every day. Not to mention, the ceiling isn't 100% sealed. So when it rains, it ends up getting wet inside, and a lot of bugs end up moving in through the ceiling. It's kind of nasty, but then again, what did you expect in the middle of the forest, right? Outside, my dad kept working on the mosquito netting with a little bit of my help, even though I mostly just kind of stood around until he asked me for stuff. But just look at how satisfying that trim is. Then I went to finally hang up some decoration, which will likely have to come down. This is undoubtedly the biggest issue with the house. Whoever built it did not build a foundation, and you can imagine how moist the soil of the literal rainforest is. The humidity in this area is already high enough, and without a proper foundation, it all rises up through the floor and the walls, and it becomes basically unbearable inside. It is a massive mold risk, and surprise, surprise, we already have discovered some mold. The walls are constantly wet to the touch, and there are literally water droplets that rise up through the ground. We have to keep all our clothes and furniture a bit further away from the walls since they drain most of the moisture. It kinda sucks. Another thing that we had to move were my dad's pet turtles. He built them an adorable little enclosure, and they are super happy. The live fence is finally growing. It looks amazing, and it offers some much needed privacy for the pool. We also got some fishes for the pond. There was a big carp, but he ended up passing away during one of the recent rainstorms, sadly. Then I started organizing a few clothes and a few items of decoration into my room just to get them out of the house and, leave things looking a little bit more homely. I am terrified that they're gonna mold though. Now, you might be asking yourself, if I have to leave the house that I'm currently living at, but we're not moving into the farm quite yet, where are we staying? Well, my dad and my stepmom own a Kung Fu academy, and they built almost like a mini apartment within it. So for the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be staying there. I'll be the one staying at the farm most of the time once we're done with the move, since I don't have to work at the Kung Fu academy. But since I'm currently still working towards my driver's license, staying in the middle of nowhere without a vehicle would be way too risky and impractical. So I'll be staying with them in the academy for now. One of the biggest things we want to do is work in the garden, start planting herbs and food so that we can make almost a little homestead and be pretty self-sufficient. Then we brought a final little load of furniture into the house, and yeah, the farm is pretty much full. So that's pretty much it for this update. I really hope that I'll be able to give a more animal-centered update soon, but it will probably take a little while, so, just pretend my channel name is Rika instead of Rika's Ponies for the next couple of months. For now, I'll have to focus on my driver's license, and once that is all taken care of, I can slip right into the farm. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time with a bit more of a thorough update. Bye bye!